All right, we have head UTSA softball coach Vann Stuedeman's weekly media availability the week of February 16th, 2026. Roadrunners went 2-3 at the Puerto Vallarta College Challenge last week. This week they'll host Houston Christian in a midweek on Tuesday before hosting the Roadrunner Classic, which will see UMass Lowell, Northern Colorado, and Stephen F. Austin at Roadrunner Field. Coach, if you can start us off with an opening statement, and we'll move on to questions.
Thanks, Ryan. Puerto Vallarta was Triple Crown, did another great job down there. It's such an authentic experience, and culturally speaking, I think all of our girls learned some sort of Spanish if they didn't already have some. And Triple Crown just does a really great job running that tournament, and it was a great experience. We were able to see some humpback whales and play softball in some really great weather and stay on the beach. It was just an incredible experience down there. We played some good softball. We played some bad softball. We learned some things, and excited to see what we do moving forward with some of the things that we were able to learn.
Yeah, how important are trips like that for team chemistry and morale this early in the season?
I actually heard several players talk about their roommates that they had not gotten to know yet, and or maybe they had just not spent a lot of time with that particular person, and I feel like it was a really great opportunity for these kids or these student athletes. We were there. We left Tuesday, so it was a 5-night trip. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. Yeah, 4-night trip, and it was the second weekend of the season. So I feel like it was just the timing of it. We do play a lot of games at home, so I feel like it really worked out in our benefit, and just in some of the bonding, to be on the road, for such a long trip this early in the year.
Arlette Hernandez looked dominant in the circle, and Puerto Vallarta was named to the all-tournament team. Couple of wins, 2 complete games, 14 Ks over 18 innings, under 2 ERA. What have you liked out of her in the circle?
Well, I like that she's fearless, or she appears to be on the outside, and she competes. She rarely throws a wild pitch or a pitch that is not. She throws competitive pitches, and I enjoy that part of her. She gets fired up. She keeps us in every game, and she loves it. It looks like she's out there having a good time, and she has a bright future ahead of her. She's got lots to learn still, and has played and pitched against some really tough opponents. She won the game against Southern Illinois that, they went to regionals last year and are a good hitting team. And then she had us 6-0 in our game against them. I think after 4 innings, maybe she came out. Just incredible thus far. And, I was concerned about her when she got hit a little bit, how she was going to respond. And so far, so good. She just seems like she's really holding her composure out there. Tough kid. And I love to see the competitiveness on the field.
Another all-tournament selection, Taryn Madlock, hitting .500 not only on the weekend but on the season. Multiple run-saving, diving catches, several outfield assists. Has she become a true 5-tool player, and what do you think has led to her improvement this season?
Well, I really think her investment in herself, she is really dedicated. She is invested in the team for sure, but she has actively invested in her mental game, and she's always been athletic. She's always had some tools, but she has just continually been a sponge on how can she get better. And this past summer, she played in the Florida Gulf Coast League, went down there and played and had, invested in her game over the summer, even though she played a good bit last year and the year before. I think it's a mental shift. I asked her earlier, maybe in the fall, and she said, she changed her mindset. She's thinking of things differently. And I think, Yeah, I think maybe she is a 5 tool. Her IQ on the bases, she might not be the fastest. She is fast, but she might not be like Sabrina Wick fast. But her IQ takes her up a notch, and she's always looking for extra bases. Her outfield play has gotten better and better. She's got one of the best arms out there. She can bunt and she can hit for power. So 5 tools, that's 5 tools. And I do think the biggest difference is her mindset and the investment that she's put into herself.
And looking forward to Tuesday. Houston Christian has had kind of a similar start to UTSA. It definitely looks like they're better than their record. Close losses to Pittsburgh, Michigan, Penn State. What do you think the keys are to success against the Huskies?
Well, as fun as Mexico was, it's glad to be home in San Antonio. It's glad to be back on our home turf, and we'll have to put together a solid game. We've been looking at some of their hitting and where some of their weak spots are. So I think we're going to have to do some good matchups in the circle with what pitcher is throwing when, and hopefully that they throw well. And then we're going to have to play some good softball and get timely hits. We've been hitting the ball really well. We just need to make sure that we are scoring runs and hitting it when it matters most, when we have the runners on. I saw some of that in Mexico. We just need to continue to do that, making sure that we get the clutch hits.
We'll close out with this. What can fans expect from the Roadrunner Classic this weekend?
A lot of pluck and a lot of grit. We're going to fight, and it's a tournament, true round robin into a seeded tournament. So we're looking for first place, of course, and you'll have to come out and watch us try to vie for that championship. And I like to do that early in the year just so they kind of get a feel of having to compete for placement in a tournament, and then having to play to win the tournament. So it's not very many people do that. You don't really get that experience. Most tournaments are round robins in the preseason. So just trying to get a little bit of that pressure, understanding that every game matters. It'll be a good atmosphere, some good softball, and we'll be really trying to work through a bracket.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Birds up.